Everybody, Andy here again, down on the beach. Lovely day. Summer, I think, has finally arrived. And the last week, we've been very lucky here in Hastings. I'm just outside of Hastings on the beach here. The tide's coming in, so I've got to be a bit careful. But we've had a couple of events that, in some ways, have emphasised why I like living where I do. And we've been lucky with the weather in both of them as well. Obviously on Tuesday, my last two videos are tied up with this, as you may well have seen them. And I'll probably put links to them below this if necessary. The first one was the Olympic torch came to Hastings on last Tuesday, the 17th. And they reckon there was about 50,000 people in the town to see that, spread out obviously right the way along the seafront from St Leonard's through to Hastings. And it went through Bexhill, which I'm close to at the moment, and I've just been to, just walking there and back. And that was a great day, and I'd done another little thing about the real relay which came through the day after, but there was only me and a man and a dog sort of thing watching that. But yesterday, Sunday the 22nd of July, was Pirate Day. Arr. And it's one of those things that's unique. Well, it's not unique to Hastings, but it's one of those things that Hastings revels in, because a couple of years ago they broke the record for the most amount of pirates in one place at any one time. Yes, I know it's one of those silly records, but if you're going to do a silly record, let's do it properly silly, you know, instead of trying to eat, you know, loads of sweets or something, or hamburgers or something like that, or drinking, you know, bleach or something to see how long you can survive. I don't know, some of those crazy ones. But we managed to get in Hastings 2 years ago. I didn't dress up that time. I felt a bit of an outsider in some ways, but there were 6,166, I believe it was, pirates at that particular time. And the Pirates of Penzance, you know, that's a good phrase there, beat us. I think that was last year, and they got 8,700, and I think it's 34, something like that, you know. But it doesn't matter, the figures aren't that important down to that level. But yesterday the idea was to try and break that record. Wow, what a day. If you haven't seen the video, I won't tell you the score, you know what I mean, but it was a good day, let's put it that way. Watch the video below. And it was one of those days where you dress up, and I thought, I've got to dress up. My son dressed up and his girlfriend, and they went into town. And it's one of those where you think, the people who weren't dressed up were left out. They were the weirdos, they were the oddballs, if you want. And I wondered that you see so many people like that in the town, and it was absolutely throbbing with people, all dressed as pirates. And you wondered what some of these people felt, because it was a lovely day, a bit like today. They must have come down to the town, day trippers on a Sunday afternoon, you know, Sunday, come down to the seaside and have a look around and all this type of thing. And they must have been thinking, what on earth is going on? You know, my son and his girlfriend and their family were in the part of the old town. They went down there quite early, and they were actually asked by someone, why are you dressed as pirates? What's going on? I saw someone else dressed as a pirate. These poor people who come in wondering what's going on. And some of them apparently went off then and bought their pirate gear and came on the beach and got counted for the Guinness Book of Records type of thing. So that's good. But when I walked home, after that part of it had finished, and I was walking on the seafront, and the amount of pirates were sort of petering out a bit, you know, and I got to near where I live, and you could see that some people cycling along the promenade, you know, looking at me as if to say, he's a bit eccentric, why on earth is he dressed up in that way? You tend to forget what you wear. But a great day, and then later on it finished off and we had a display by the Red Arrows, a full display. And I've seen the Red Arrows before at Eastbourne Airborne and places like that as well, but I've never seen them as close. They were really close to the seafront, actually sort of banking around over the land, which is something you don't see them do very often. As I said, a full display right in front of us on the beach there as well. And once again, I think there were people, because on the seafront, cars were pulling up as if to say, wow, look, there's the Red Arrows pulling up and starting to watch it, amongst all these strange pirates and all this type of stuff. So a couple of really good days, and I think I sort of tweeted, you know, probably along the lines of, you know, it makes you realise why you live in a place like you do, because of all the things that go on. I've mentioned them before. I mean, the Olympic torch is something a bit different, but maybe that's the reason it was brought to Hastings in the first place, as one of the towns, because of the spirit of the town, and it brings the people out. And you get events like Pirate Day and the Jack in the Green and all that, and we've got the Old Town Carnival starts next week, and I'm actually involved in a radio station with that, and I may tell you a bit more about that. But just to let you know, so come down, look, the weather's lovely. Have a look around, have a look at the locals, because, you know, it's one of those things. Towns that have problems tend to have the most character, I think. Yes, we've had problems, but I think we're getting over them, and I don't really care that, because we've got so much other stuff going on. You can forget all of those things. I remember what it's like living elsewhere, and there wasn't really anything else. So at least we've got so much here. And look, we've got a beach and everything as well. And I'm going to have to stop, because the water's lapping at my feet. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. I'll speak to you again soon. Goodbye. Arr.